Today we'll be talking about how to create this gold effect text, and it will be done solely in Premiere Pro. The first thing is that we want to put the word cash on screen. I change the font to non-serif and I use black because it's like the thickest version of the font. So I do center alignment and I center it perfectly. Then I increase it as much as I want it to look like. I would come to the vector motion, come to anchor and drag the anchor point somewhere here. Because I want the text to animate from this point. I want to just give it a bit of, and I want to have a bit of bounce as well. I know when something bounces, it goes bigger than the actual resting point where it would eventually stop, and comes back smaller. So in between that, I would copy this again and bring it down a bit and just scale, just position. So as you can see, you have that bouncy effect. I'll bring in my 4 gradient color. Just type it in effects, bring it in. So what we want to do is to have a good effect. So you can see the color code on screen right now. So just use those and adjust as you wish, or you can find some online. Just go online, type good color code, and you'll find people giving you different options. But this is the one I use for this particular one. You can then position them. So make sure you click this. By the time you click it, you can see these 4 boxes on screen. These 4 circles, I mean. See one here, see one here, see one here. So that shows you the position of each color, how far they are from the subject in the middle. So if I keep dragging it, you see this one starts to effect. You can see the brownish taking over right there. Anyone that is so dark, I don't think I like. So I can just adjust. So as you can see, as far as I'm concerned, it's good enough for me right now. Then I bring in my emboss. So it's under stylize, under video effects, stylize, we have color emboss. So as the name suggests, direction is how, the depth you are seeing, where is it supposed to come from? Do you want to come from inside? You want to shoot from outside? It's just like, it's imitating like a light effect, where if you want your shadow to show from a particular side, you change the direction of your light and all that. Relief is like how deep it is. You can see the more you do it, the more it's trying to imitate that effect to give you that. So you don't want to do it too much so it doesn't look weird. All you just need is very simple. You're not trying to do a 3D effect, you're just trying to imitate a 3D like effect. So I think 3 is fine. Then contrast is, as it says, contrast. You can see if I reduce it, then the dark edges have gone, and so because of that, it looks flat again. So you also want to do this one in a very subtle manner. Don't want it to be too much. I don't want black. I just want that depth to show. That's all. So I reduce it to, like, let's say 54. So the next thing you want to do now is lighting effect. And what does that do? It helps you to give some kind of illusion of shiny, stuff, just to make it look like this, reflection on it and all that. So I type lighting effects. Before I finish typing, it comes up, as you can see. It's under your video effects and under adjust. So I drag it in, and right off the bat, you are not seeing anything, and the reason is because the lighting is right under every other effect. As you can see, we have our color emboss, 4 color gradients, the text itself, and then we now have the light under. So what it means is that the text is covering the light, so the light will not have any effect. So if I even increase the exposure, there's no effect at all until I drag it to the top above the color emboss. then you can see that there's a overexposed effect here. So just reduce it back, as you can see. So that's the effect. It's like acting as a light, so to also give it depth. But now that's not what we're using it for here. In this case, we're using it for illusion of light. So I'll select my mask, as you can see, then I'll cut across like this. And immediately you can see the effect. Let me zoom in. So you can see the light. You can see the light cutting across. You see how bright this place is? That's where the light is. So for me to have more of that, I'll create another mask. So after you're done with the lighting arrangement and all that, I want to be able to effect the light on its own. So what I'll do next is put my adjustment layer, then take this light, cut it out, just cut and paste here, and immediately you can see the light. It's not acting on the text alone, it's acting on the whole. So what I'll do next is I'll now nest it. So just select both, right click and nest, and when I press OK, you can see the lighting stays within the text. So for us to now animate the positioning, we'll come to each mask and animate them separately. Now we could have done this directly on the text as we did earlier, but anything that can help you not to work directly on the text is better, which is why we did this nesting and all that, so that we can work separately on the lights. I can switch off the light now from here and leave the text without having to go inside here and start switching off from there. I can be working on my timeline, so it saves me time. I can just easily do anything I want to do from here. So now, just to animate the lighting, we come here and then we start picking the mask one after the other. So starting from mask 1, I'm going to open up the properties and we'll come to mask path. Come to the beginning of the text, put your mask path, just click the lighting, the icon, the timer icon, so that you can animate. Then come to the end of the somewhere here and move it however you want it to be moved. Something like this. Alright, so if I play back, you can see. Can you see the lighting moving across? Then animate the next one. And also for this mask, for smoother transition and all that, you can increase the feather a bit out. Just use 20 for everything. So 20, just to make the lights less sharp on the text. The same thing I used on this project, but the difference in this one was that I used a third-party plugin for the gold effect. So if you look at it properly, you see that this is more, the edges are more detailed with respect to the shininess and the contrast. You can see that it looks very good, if there's any word like that. So yes, so if I had done that, if I had used that third-party plugin on this one, then this is what we'll have for this. So which one do you think is better? Adobe Premiere Pro before settings up, third-party plugin down. So if you have some video effects that you want me to help out with, in explaining and all that, just comment below and I'll try my best to do a video on it. So don't forget to save this video for later, like this video, share with your friends, and I'll see you on the next one.